What if I told you that we could be witnessing the start of something historic right now?
What we're trying to do is get parallel systems in place. Dollars, Bitcoin, pesos, Bitcoin, yen, Bitcoin.
You can already see how the crypto market is stirring and Bitcoin is back on the rise. And some analysts are even predicting a push to 100K or beyond. So, could this be the beginning of the biggest bull run in crypto history? Let's see. On September 18th, 2024, the Federal Reserve made a rate cut that shocked everyone. But that wasn't all. Just as the market was processing this, the SEC dropped another bombshell. Bitcoin options have been approved for listing and trading. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does this really mean for Bitcoin? Why does it matter? And could this be the exact trigger we've all been waiting for to kickstart the next bull run? This combination of factors, more liquidity, big institutional investors finally stepping in, and global macroeconomic shifts could set the stage for a Bitcoin rally like we've never seen before. But we're not just talking short-term spikes here. We could be entering phase 2 of a much larger cycle, one that could drive Bitcoin to $100,000 and beyond. Even famous macro analyst and Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal predicts that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will explode massively, referring to this period as the banana zone. I'm about to break it all down for you, so don't go anywhere. Right now, Bitcoin is showing no signs of slowing down, as the crypto market continues its upward push, and even the altcoins are waking up from their slumber. Most investors realize that the fundamental shift happened last month when the Federal Reserve made a huge move, cutting rates by 50 basis points as we discussed at the start. By lowering the policy interest rate by half a percentage point, the Fed signaled a major trend change that could act as the catalyst we've all been waiting for. But the US isn't the only player here. China has come as another major force in the game. They've announced their own 50 basis point rate cut to stimulate their economy, with promises to do even more if needed.
They're saying we're going to cut and we'll give you more, and he said we'll do more and more if needed. Now the Chinese to say we'll do more and more if needed, they don't say that, because it's not been healthy to say those sort of things in China. But they said that the other night, and I've listened very carefully what government officials say.
As we speak, certain altcoins are already starting to pump, getting ready for the next leg of this market cycle. This is, hands down, one of the biggest things I've seen in the crypto space. So why does this matter? Well, the question on everyone's mind was whether China would actually follow through with the economic measures the market wanted. And now, they've come out and made it clear that they will. Just a few days ago, we saw Chinese officials, including Pan Gongsheng, announcing cuts with an almost surprising level of enthusiasm. He said they would cut rates and do more if necessary. That's a powerful statement, especially coming from China, where such bold promises aren't thrown around lightly. At this point, we're seeing a global ripple effect. The US has cut rates, the European Central Bank is doing the same, and now China is making big moves. The significance of this moment can't be understated. We have to ask ourselves, what happens next when these major players are all easing their policies at the same time? Let's take a step back for a second. The Fed is cutting rates and has a few more cuts lined up. The Europeans have already been easing, and while Japan seems a bit uncertain about their next steps, they'll likely be forced to follow the same path. Meanwhile, China isn't just cutting rates, they're also taking aggressive steps to stimulate their economy.
What can happen around the world when they do that? That's what you have to ask yourself now. So now you have the Fed, so just to backdrop again, the Fed's easing, you know you have a few more easings coming. The Japanese, they don't know what they want to do right now, but it doesn't matter what people think, they're going to be forced into things, and I can talk about that in a second. The Europeans are lowering rates, and now the Chinese are lowering rates, okay? And they're aggressive in how they're going to do it, and they're also, believe this or not, swap facilities to buy stocks, encouraging buyback of stocks, encouraging buybacks of stocks. Okay, this is China, all right? This is stock buybacks, not only encouraging it, lending you money to do it. And they're giving money like health money, where you can put money out and you have no losses if you want to do it. You know how that thing works? You have only the money you put up and you don't lose money. That's a great deal for me. I want to be over there and borrow for some of this stuff.
One of the more surprising moves is that they're actively encouraging stock buybacks. Not only that, but they're also lending money to companies specifically for buybacks, offering favorable terms that make it nearly impossible to lose. This is China putting serious cash into the markets, giving businesses the tools to buy back their stocks with practically zero risk. It's a game-changing strategy. When you combine this with the rate cuts happening globally, the entire economic picture is shifting in a way that could spark the next massive bull run, not just for Bitcoin, but for the entire crypto market. Now, it's important to point out that nobody's saying we won't experience some tough dips along the way. Dips are a natural part of any bull market after all. But when you look at the bigger picture and the amount of money about to flow into the global economy, it's clear we're moving from a risk-off to a risk-on environment. Renowned macro analyst and Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal predicts that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are about to explode massively. He refers to this as entering the banana zone, which, according to him, could happen within days of this recording.
I know it sounds hubristic, but I honestly give this banana zone an 80-something% chance of happening almost immediately.
He also made some intriguing predictions for the next 10 weeks, followed by what he calls a massive surge in cryptocurrency prices. So here's to the next 18 months, which should be much better. The banana zone is here, and it's going to change things. As a big supporter of Kaspa, KAS, I'm excited about its potential for the 2025 bull run. The recent launch of the KC20 tokens has brought a flood of new tokens into the crypto space, and the top ones are gearing up to be listed on major centralized exchanges. Kaspa is on the verge of releasing some major news about its developments following its first enterprise conference in Dublin. Smart contracts are coming, and Kaspa is preparing for Tier 1 exchange listings. A bullish Bitcoin, which recently crossed the $65,000 resistance mark, is another positive sign for the whole crypto market. As you are watching this, Bitcoin is just under $66,000. This is great news for the entire crypto world, and it's setting the stage for what could be an exciting year ahead. As Bitcoin edges closer to its all-time high, and we head into the final quarter of 2024, exciting times lie ahead for Bitcoin, Kaspa, and the entire crypto space. Before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone, whatever crypto you're holding, it's important to keep control of your investments. After putting your money into a project like Kaspa, protecting your assets should be your top priority. So, let's stay sharp and keep looking out for the next big thing.